The national animal of Kuwait's the Arabian camel. The Arabian camel, known scientifically as Camelus dromedarius and commonly called a dromedary, stands as the proud national animal of Kuwait. This majestic creature embodies the spirit, heritage, and resilience of the Kuwaiti people, representing centuries of survival, adaptation, and cultural significance in one of the world's most challenging environments. The selection of the Arabian camel as Kuwait's national symbol reflects the deep historical connection between the Bedouin people and these remarkable animals, a relationship that has shaped the very foundations of Arabian culture and society. Physical characteristics and adaptations. The Arabian camel is distinguished by its single hump, which sets it apart from its two-humped cousin, the Bactrian camel. This iconic hump is not filled with water, as popular myth suggests, but rather contains fatty tissue that can weigh up to 80 pounds. This fat reservoir serves as an energy source during periods when food is scarce, allowing the camel to survive for extended periods without sustenance. As the camel metabolizes this fat, the hump gradually shrinks and may even lean to one side, only to be replenished when the animal feeds again. Standing between 6 and 7 feet tall at the shoulder, with some individuals reaching even greater heights, the Arabian camel is an imposing presence in the desert landscape. Adults typically weigh between 880 and 1,320 pounds, though well-fed domesticated camels can exceed these weights. Their long, curved necks allow them to reach vegetation both high and low, while their powerful legs enable them to traverse vast distances across challenging terrain. The camel's coat ranges from cream to dark brown, with lighter colors being more common. This pale coloring reflects sunlight and helps regulate body temperature in the intense desert heat. The coat is relatively short compared to the Bactrian camels, another adaptation to hot climates. During cooler months, the coat may grow slightly thicker, providing insulation against cold desert nights. Perhaps most remarkable are the camel's specialized adaptations for desert survival. Their feet are broad and padded, spreading wide when they step to prevent sinking into soft sand. These cushioned pads also protect against the scorching ground temperatures that can exceed 150 degrees Fahrenheit. The camel's eyes are protected by 3 eyelids and 2 rows of long, interlocking eyelashes that keep out sand and dust during windstorms. Their nostrils can close completely to prevent sand infiltration, opening only slightly to breathe during sandstorms. Extraordinary survival mechanisms. The Arabian camel's ability to survive in extreme conditions borders on the miraculous. These animals can endure water loss equal to more than 30% of their body weight, a level that would be fatal to most mammals. When water becomes available, they can drink up to 30 gallons in just 13 minutes, rehydrating their bodies with astonishing speed. Their blood cells are oval-shaped rather than circular, which allows them to flow even when blood becomes thick due to dehydration. Temperature regulation is another area where camels excel. They can allow their body temperature to fluctuate from 93 degrees Fahrenheit at night to 106 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, reducing the need for cooling through sweating or panting. This physiological flexibility conserves precious water and energy. Their fur insulates them not only from cold but also from heat, preventing excessive warming from solar radiation. Camels have an extraordinarily efficient digestive system that can extract maximum nutrition and moisture from desert vegetation. They can consume thorny plants that other animals cannot eat, thanks to their tough mouths and specialized digestive processes. Their lips are thick and leathery, allowing them to grasp and chew even the sharpest desert flora. Their 3-chambered stomach helps them digest tough, fibrous materials efficiently, and they can regurgitate and recue their food like cattle, maximizing nutrient extraction. The camel's metabolism is uniquely adapted to conserve water. Their kidneys are highly efficient, concentrating urine to minimize water loss, and their feces are extremely dry. Even their breathing is adapted to preserve moisture, with specialized nasal passages that cool and condense water vapor from exhaled air, returning moisture to the body. Historical significance in Kuwait and Arabia. The relationship between humans and Arabian camels stretches back approximately 4,000 years to when these animals were first domesticated on the Arabian Peninsula. For the Bedouin people of Kuwait and surrounding regions, camels were far more than mere animals. They were the foundation of civilization in the desert, often called ships of the desert for their ability to transport people and goods across vast sandy expanses. In pre-oil Kuwait, camels were essential to every aspect of life. They provided transportation, carrying traders and their goods along caravan routes that connected Kuwait to distant markets in Syria, Iraq, India, and beyond. These trade routes were the lifeblood of Kuwait's economy, and without camels, they would have been impossible to maintain. A single camel could carry loads of 400 to 600 pounds, making them invaluable pack animals. Camels also provided sustenance in multiple forms. Their milk was a dietary staple, rich in vitamins and nutrients, more digestible than cow's milk, and capable of remaining fresh longer in hot conditions. Camel meat, while consumed less frequently, provided protein during special occasions and times of need. Even camel urine was traditionally used for medicinal purposes, and modern research has begun investigating its potential therapeutic properties. Beyond practical applications, camels held immense economic value. They were a form of wealth and currency, with a man's prosperity measured by the size of his camel herd. Camels were given as bride prices, used to settle disputes and exchanged in trade. The finest racing camels could command prices equivalent to modern luxury vehicles, and this tradition continues today. Cultural and social importance. In Kuwaiti and broader Arabian culture, the camel occupies a place of honor that transcends mere utility. Arabic poetry, which holds a central place in Arab literary tradition, is replete with references to camels. Classical poets compose elaborate descriptions of these animals, praising their beauty, endurance, and noble bearing. The camel appears in proverbs, folk tales, and traditional songs, symbolizing patience, resilience, and the harsh beauty of desert life. Traditional Bedouin society developed sophisticated knowledge about camels, passing down through generations detailed information about breeding, care, and training. Experienced herders could identify individual camels by their footprints and recognize subtle signs of health or distress invisible to untrained eyes. Different breeds were developed for different purposes, some for racing, others for milk production, riding, or carrying heavy loads. Camel racing emerged as a treasured sport and remains enormously popular in Kuwait today. Modern camel racing has evolved into a high-tech affair, with camels trained by professional handlers and controlled by robot jockeys to ensure animal welfare. Racing festivals attract thousands of spectators and significant prize money, celebrating the speed and endurance that made camels invaluable to ancestors. The camel's importance is reflected in Arabic language itself, which contains hundreds of words related to camels, describing different breeds, ages, colors, gaits, and conditions. This linguistic richness demonstrates the centrality of camels to Arab thought and culture, comparable to how Inuit languages have numerous words for snow. Modern relevance in contemporary Kuwait. Despite Kuwait's dramatic transformation from a pearl diving and trading port to one of the world's wealthiest nations following oil discovery, the Arabian camel has maintained its honored status. The government and people of Kuwait have deliberately preserved camel heritage as a link to their identity and history. Modern Kuwait features numerous institutions and events dedicated to camels, ensuring that younger generations understand and appreciate their significance. The Kuwait Camel Racing Club hosts regular competitions that attract participants from across the Gulf region. These events are not merely sporting contests, but social gatherings where traditional values are celebrated and reinforced. The club also works to preserve pure Arabian camel bloodlines and promote breeding programs that maintain genetic diversity and desirable traits. Several farms and facilities in Kuwait are dedicated to camel conservation, breeding, and research. These institutions study camel genetics, health, and physiology, contributing to scientific understanding while preserving traditional knowledge. Some facilities offer educational programs where visitors, particularly school children, can learn about camels and their historical importance. Camel milk production has experienced a renaissance in Kuwait and neighboring countries. Modern dairies employ technology to process and package camel milk, making it widely available in stores. Rich in iron, vitamins, and minerals, with properties that may benefit people with diabetes and allergies, camel milk appeals to health-conscious consumers. Some producers create value-added products like camel milk chocolate, ice cream, and cheese. Conservation and future challenges. While domestic Arabian camels are not endangered, with populations estimated at over 14 million worldwide, they face certain challenges. The wild ancestor of the dromedary became extinct in its native range, surviving only in feral populations in Australia, where introduced camels have thrived perhaps too well. This makes conservation of pure Arabian bloodlines particularly important. Climate change poses emerging challenges even for these desert-adapted animals. Increasing temperatures and changing precipitation patterns affect vegetation availability and water sources. Kuwait's harsh environment is becoming even more extreme, with summer temperatures regularly exceeding 120 degrees Fahrenheit. While camels can survive these conditions, optimal health and productivity require adequate nutrition and water. Modernization has reduced the practical need for camels, potentially leading to decreased interest among younger generations. However, cultural initiatives, racing sports, and commercial camel product industries help maintain relevance and economic value, ensuring continued care and breeding. Genetic research has become increasingly important for preserving desirable traits while maintaining genetic diversity. Scientists are studying camel genomes to understand their remarkable adaptations, work that may have applications beyond camel husbandry, potentially informing medical research on human adaptations to stress and dehydration. Symbolism and national identity. The designation of the Arabian camel as Kuwait's national animal is deeply symbolic. It represents values that Kuwaitis see as fundamental to their national character: resilience in adversity, adaptation to challenging circumstances, patience in pursuing long-term goals, and importance of remembering one's roots while embracing progress. The camel appears on various Kuwaiti emblems, stamps, and official materials, serving as a visual reminder of heritage. Tourist materials often feature camels, presenting them to international visitors as symbols of Arabian culture. Museums in Kuwait include extensive exhibits on Bedouin life and the role of camels, ensuring that history is preserved and accessible. Educational curricula in Kuwaiti schools include lessons about camels and their historical importance, ensuring that children understand this crucial aspect of their heritage. Field trips to camel farms and racing events provide hands-on experiences that make history tangible and relevant. The camel in Islamic tradition. For Kuwait, a deeply Islamic nation, the camel's significance is reinforced by its mentions in Islamic texts. The Quran references camels multiple times, including verses that encourage believers to contemplate how camels were created as signs of divine wisdom. The Prophet Muhammad owned camels and rode them, and Islamic tradition contains numerous hadith discussing proper treatment of these animals. Islamic teachings about animal welfare have historically ensured humane treatment of camels. Religious scholars emphasize that animals must be given adequate food, water, and rest, and should not be overburdened or treated cruelly. These principles remain relevant in modern Kuwait, where animal welfare laws incorporate traditional Islamic values alongside contemporary veterinary standards. Conclusion. The Arabian camel's designation as Kuwait's national animal honors an extraordinary creature whose partnership with humans enables survival and prosperity in one of Earth's most challenging environments. From enabling trade networks that brought wealth to Kuwait, to providing sustenance in the harshest conditions, to embodying cultural values that remain relevant today, the camel has earned its place of honor. As Kuwait continues its journey as a modern nation, the Arabian camel serves as a bridge between past and present, reminding Kuwaitis of the resilience and resourcefulness of their ancestors, while symbolizing the endurance required to thrive in changing times. The preservation of camel culture through racing, breeding programs, research, and education ensures that future generations will understand and appreciate this magnificent animal. The Arabian camel stands as a testament to the remarkable adaptations that evolution can produce, the profound bonds that can develop between humans and animals, and the importance of remembering one's heritage while embracing the future. In the silhouette of a camel against the desert sunset, Kuwaitis see not just an animal, but a symbol of identity, survival, and the timeless spirit of Arabia itself. The ship of the desert continues its journey through history, carrying with it the memories, values, and aspirations of the Kuwaiti people.